Life is full of challenges, opportunities, and responsibilities. Every day, we face situations that demand strength, courage, wisdom, and patience. Sometimes we feel capable and confident. Other times, weak and unsure. It is in these moments that St. John Paul II's words resonate deeply. Without God, we can do nothing. This statement is simple yet profound. It is not a reminder of weakness, but of the power and guidance God offers. Alone, we may stumble or fall short of our potential. With God, we are equipped to face any challenge, fulfill our purpose, and live a meaningful life. Humans naturally value independence. We take pride in our achievements and want to feel self-sufficient. But St. John Paul II reminds us that our abilities and efforts are limited without God. True strength comes not from ourselves alone, but from reliance on His guidance, wisdom, and grace. Everything we accomplish is amplified when God is at the center of our actions. Saints, leaders, and ordinary people alike demonstrate this truth. Saint Francis of Assisi embraced humility and poverty, trusting God to provide while dedicating his life to serving others. Mother Teresa devoted her life to the poorest of the poor, knowing her work alone could achieve nothing without God's grace. Ordinary believers experience the same principle daily, whether raising a family, studying, or working. Without God, our efforts can fall short. With Him, every act becomes meaningful, every challenge an opportunity, every decision guided by wisdom beyond our own. St. John Paul II reminds us that God is essential, not just helpful. Our strength, wisdom, and courage are gifts from Him. Without God, plans may fail, efforts may be limited, and hearts may grow weary. With God, we persevere, overcome obstacles, and accomplish tasks that might otherwise seem impossible. Trusting God does not mean passivity. It means pairing every effort with prayer, faith, and alignment with His will. This union of action and faith allows true accomplishment. To live this truth, we must cultivate daily practices of reliance on God. Pray regularly, offering your plans, worries, and goals to Him. Seek guidance in Scripture. Meditate on passages that show God working through ordinary people. Act with humility, remembering that talents and abilities are gifts to use generously. Serve others, knowing that acts of kindness and compassion are magnified when God is at the center. And finally, trust God in challenges, knowing He can strengthen, guide, and provide in ways we cannot accomplish alone. Self-reliance can be tempting. We may think, I can do this on my own. Pride can blind us to the fact that gifts, talents, and opportunities come from God. When we rely solely on ourselves, we risk frustration and failure. St. John Paul II teaches that without God, even our best efforts may come to nothing. But inviting Him into our lives blesses our work, guides our decisions, and brings peace, knowing we are not alone. Consider personal examples: reconciling with a family member, facing a difficult project, or preparing for an important exam. Without God, anger, frustration, or anxiety may dominate. With God, patience, wisdom, and focus grow. Small acts of kindness, ethical choices, and daily responsibilities all bear fruit when God works through us. Faith and action go hand in hand. God empowers our efforts, and our active cooperation allows His grace to work. This teamwork makes the impossible possible. Whatever challenges you face, work, family, studies, or personal growth, remember, you are not alone. God is present, offering guidance, strength, and wisdom. Your efforts matter more when paired with prayer and reliance on Him. Every action, no matter how small, becomes significant when God is at the center. Trusting God is not passivity, it is partnership. Every obstacle is a chance to grow stronger, and every challenge is an opportunity to rely on Him fully. Take a moment to reflect on areas where you may be trying to do things alone. Invite God into those areas today. Pray for guidance, wisdom, strength, and trust. Faith does not replace work, it empowers it. Your acts become meaningful, your challenges manageable, and your dreams reachable. Remember that your talents, decisions, and actions are gifts from God to use in alignment with His plan. Life is not about rushing or measuring yourself against others. It is about trusting God, embracing the journey, and recognizing that every moment has purpose. Your work, your choices, and your actions gain meaning when God is at the center. Every step you take in faith strengthens your character, guides your decisions, and allows God to work through you to impact others. Challenges, failures, and waiting periods are not wasted. They are shaping you for the life God intends. St. John Paul II's words remind us of the foundation of a faithful life. Without God, we can do nothing. This truth is a source of humility, empowerment, and peace. We are never truly alone. With God, even what seems impossible becomes possible. Invite Him into every area of your life, your work, relationships, goals, and daily routines. Pray, act, trust, and rely on Him. Let Him guide your steps, strengthen your efforts, and transform your intentions into meaningful impact. So today, whatever you do, big or small, remember that God is with you. Your efforts are amplified, your challenges become manageable, and your purpose is clear when you rely on Him. Without God, we can do nothing. With God, all things are possible. Faith is also about perspective. When we rely on God, we begin to see obstacles not as setbacks, but as opportunities for growth. Challenges that once seemed overwhelming become lessons in patience, resilience, and humility. Every difficulty, every unexpected twist, and even every failure can serve a higher purpose when we trust God's guidance. This perspective transforms the way we approach life, helping us to act with courage and hope rather than fear or doubt. Gratitude becomes a natural outcome of relying on God. When we recognize that all our gifts, abilities, and opportunities come from Him, our hearts are filled with appreciation. Gratitude allows us to celebrate not only our successes, but also the small moments of daily life. The people we meet, the lessons we learn, and the experiences that shape us. By cultivating a heart of gratitude, we remain connected to God and to the purpose He has given us. Trusting God also frees us from anxiety about the future. We no longer feel the need to control every outcome or force our plans to succeed. Instead, we can focus on the present moment, putting our best efforts into the work at hand while leaving the results in God's hands. This balance of action and surrender brings peace, allowing us to move forward with confidence, knowing that God is guiding us every step of the way. Our relationships, too, benefit when we rely on God. Patience, understanding, and compassion grow when we recognize that we cannot change or control others alone. By seeking God's wisdom, we are better equipped to love others selflessly, forgive more easily, and build stronger connections. Through prayer and dependence on God, our interactions with family, friends, and colleagues are transformed into opportunities for grace and kindness. Finally, relying on God allows us to embrace our true potential. Every talent, skill, and passion we have is a gift meant to serve a purpose greater than ourselves. When we act with God at the center, we align our efforts with His plan, achieving far more than we could through our own strength alone. By living with faith, prayer, and trust, we become instruments of God's work in the world, turning ordinary lives into extraordinary testimonies of His love and power.